Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and daily Chelsea news update. Big up to everyone that is already locked in. Make sure you are smashing the like button on your way in, guys, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new round here as well. And we've got plenty to go through as always. Chelsea are interested in signing Nottingham Forest centre-back Murillo, although Forest value the Brazilian at £70 million, so a deal at that price is certainly not going to be done, but there is interest in Murillo. There are also admirers at Chelsea for Atalanta winger Ademola Lookman, the 26-year-old who had a brilliant season in Serie A last season, obviously hat-trick in the Europa League final. Chelsea reportedly there's admirers within the club for Lookman, which I actually think would be a good signing. Would probably cost a lot, but yeah, it's interesting to see that the club are kind of looking at, reportedly looking at these sorts of players. Before we were even really in the race, we were out of the race for Alexander Isak. That is no longer happening. Too much money, fee, wages, and all that. It was nice while it lasted, guys. We could dream whilst we had that news. We could sort of dream, have a bit of a think about it, imagine it, before were brought back down to crashing down to earth and crashing back down to reality, because that is the unfortunate situation. Is that, yeah, as much as we would love to have believed that we had a chance of getting Isak, there was no chance, next to no chance. I probably thought maybe it's highly unlikely, as I said, but there could have been maybe a slim possibility, outside chance. But yeah, no, Alexander Isak, we are out of the race for him. Not happening at all. So yeah, we've got Murillo, Lookman, Anselmino as well, by the way. Aaron Anselmino, the Boca Juniors centre-back, 19 years of age. Chelsea are closing in on agreeing a deal worth £17 million with Boca Juniors for the 19-year-old. He will go on loan to Strasbourg next season if the deal goes through and if all goes to plan. But yeah, let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we're going to dive into proceedings. Isak's too expensive, no surprise. Nope, no surprise at all. Please don't take Murillo from us. I don't want to get relegated. Nah, bro, I think you'll be all right for another season. We'd need to sell Chalobah first, or sell a centre-back first. And then at the reported 70 million, no chances that happening. I will take Lookman. He's a good finisher, scored 3 goals in Europa League. Fair enough. Who do you think will be the striker? I don't know. That is the honest answer. I actually don't know. Seriously, we don't want to go for 85 million Osimhen. Where's this 85 million for Osimhen coming for? Osimhen is not 85 million. I don't know where that 85 million pounds for that 85 million Osimhen fees even coming from. I think Kellyman will get announced tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow over the weekend. I mean, it's reportedly all done. Yep, so see what you've done there. Fair enough. Yes, big up, bro. Big up. Yeah, guys, keep smashing the like button. You know what to do. No chance of us signing the Osimhen's, Kavicas of football, all because the owners splurged their load of mid. Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, let's dive into proceedings. Let's get stuck into the latest transfer news, and let's start with Nottingham Forest centre-back Murillo. Big up to everyone, guys. I'll get to the chat shortly. Chelsea have registered their interest in Nottingham Forest centre-back Murillo. He is emerging as a target for new Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca. Forest rate him at £70 million. Chelsea are believed to be making inquiries via intermediaries about Murillo and regard him as a young player with high potential who fits the club's profile following Maresca's appointment this month. Do you know how mad this is, right? Is that Murillo only joined Forest last summer. I think it was about 11 or 12 million pounds from Corinthians. He made 36 appearances in all competitions last season. That's a ridiculous markup. I know he's done well. He probably is a 50 million pound centre back, I'd say. With the way the market is, with the way football's going. But yeah, this idea that he'd be worth 70 million pounds is a shambles. I mean, there's several things that I want to dive into here. Any move for any centre back, Murillo or anyone else, is obviously going to have to be dependent on Trevor Chalobah leaving the football club. And there's no given that that's going to happen. You know, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to leave the club. He's got 4 years left on his contract. It is entirely up to him whatever he wants to do. If he wants to stay and fight for his place, he will stay and fight for his place. That is what will happen with that one. And you know, this idea, there's been some reports suggesting that, you know, Chelsea could look to use Chalobah as part of a deal. Chalobah didn't want to go to Nottingham Forest last summer. He's not going to want to go to Forest this summer. And we've been consistently told that if Chalobah's going to leave Chelsea, he wants to go to a club that is playing Champions League football. And a little sort of little news flash for those that are writing these reports, saying, oh, you know, Chalobah could be involved. The last time I checked, Nottingham Forest weren't a Champions League club. They weren't a Champions League club. So yeah, the idea of Chalobah being involved in any potential deal is a non-starter already. Look, Murillo I think Murillo is a really promising young player, a really talented boy, no doubt about it. But where's he? If I'm Murillo and I'm weighing up a potential move to Chelsea, and I'm looking at it and let's presume Chalobah. Let's presume Chalobah goes right. Okay, I don't think he should. Let's presume that Chalobah goes right. If you're a 21-year-old centre back like Murillo, okay, with a lot of potential, you look at Chelsea and there is Disasi, Fofana, Badiashile, Colwell, and Tosin Adarabioyo. 5 centre backs at the club already. If you discount Chalobah, where on earth is Murillo going to play on a regular basis? Because he's going to want to come to Chelsea and he's going to want to get some form of regular football. He's not going to swap being a week in, week out starter to just be a squad player that maybe plays in the Conference League every now and then and plays domestic cups. You know, that would be my first point. If I'm Murillo, like, why am I even taking this move if it comes along? Because the chances are Chelsea are full of young, talented centre backs. Where are his minutes? Where are his minutes coming from at Chelsea? I honestly can't see it. And this whole situation is a massive problem. Not a massive problem. It's not a massive problem. We are creating a situation for ourselves that we do not need to create. We have got a perfectly good centre-back in Trevor Chalobah, who's proven that he can perform at a top level for us, who's reliable, who's versatile, 24 years of age, playing some brilliant stuff. Why are we intent on trying to get rid of him to then go into the market and try and spend 50, 60, 70 million pounds on another centre-back? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. I don't see how. I don't see. I mean, if you're this is the thing, right? If you're spending that much money, let's say a deal was done. Okay, don't call it 70. Let's go in the middle. Let's call it 60 million, right? If you're spending 60 million pounds on a centre half, right? Let's just say hypothetically that Chelsea sign Murillo, right, for say 60 million quid. You don't spend 60 million quid on someone for them to not play. So are we saying? I mean, I've not watched enough of Murillo. Would he walk into the starting 11, mate? I don't know. I don't watch enough of him. You see much more of him than I do. I see him twice a year, if lucky. I see him 2 times a season. Don't follow him closely. Clearly a talented boy for sure, but I'd be very surprised if Chelsea signed him that he would be any good. I'll say any good. That's slightly unfair. Not that he wouldn't be any good, but I just don't know if he would be defensive. Would he be? As I say, would he be good enough? Because that's not true. But would Chelsea view him as someone that this is what we need to find out, right? Are Chelsea looking for a starting level centre back, or are they looking for someone to fill a squad space? Because if you're looking for someone to fill a squad space, you don't go and spend 50, 60, 70 million pounds on a squad filler. So that's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. If Murillo is touted, then someone is leaving. Simple. Look, well, we all know that that the club want to get rid of Chalobah. They all know. We all know that the club want to get rid of Chalobah. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, mate, I can drop you the link. We can jump on, have a quick 10, 15 minutes about Murillo. Let me send you the link, mate. And then we can have a quick chat about Murillo, get a bit more of a lowdown on him. I'll just drop you the link now. Bear with me 2 secs. I'll send it to you, mate, and then just jump on for 10, 15 minutes. We can have a bit of a chat about him, and then all good. And I'll move on to Ademola Lookman. But I mean, guys in the chat, let me know what you're thinking. Like, do you think Chelsea are looking for a starting level centre back, or do you think we're just looking for a squad filler? Do we need a starting level centre back? I'd look at the centre backs that we have right now, and I would look at this, and I would say that with the talent that we've got available right now, do we need a starting level centre back? That's my big thing. Do we need a starting level centre back? I don't think we do. You've seen an opportunity in the market in terms of tossing. I'm just confused, isn't it? I'm just a little bit confused. I'm not sure what we'd be doing here. Murillo would probably start, but that says more about the state of our club, does it? I don't know. Would you go with a Murillo Colwell partnership? Yeah, but was that down to the quality of players that we have? I don't know if it was down to the quality of a player that we have. If you're looking for a guy to fill Silva's boots, right? You're looking more at experience then. You know, that's what you want. That's what you're wanting. You're wanting experience rather than sort of youth, as I would say. You know, the guy arrived last summer from Corinthians. Obviously, you know, there's something about him. Chelsea have seen something in him. They obviously like him. Yes, big up, mate. How you good?
Yes, bud.
Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate it. Mate, Murillo, talk to me. Obviously, I know this is obviously very early stages, if any stages at all. I mean, the Chelsea Murillo stuff is not really anything new. I think we've been sniffing around him before. Talk to me about him. For me, I mean, we were messaging earlier today. I'd be shocked if he left this summer, just based on the fact that I don't see us prepared to spend the money that you guys would want. Plus, I mean, you could tell me better. Do you envisage Murillo wanting out already after one season?
No, he's fine to stay. And the thing is, Forest would be the ones who wanted to sell him, but it's all changed today because we sold Niakate to Lyon because we had to make 20-odd million profit in PSR to not get points deductions next year. And it was looking like either Murillo or Morgan Gibbs-White was going to have to go. Right, that was the consensus. But big up to Lyon. They're buying Mangala and Niakate off us. So that screwed you because you could have got a cut price deal on him. But that's out the window now.
Would you have had to have sold him before the end of this month if those guys didn't go?
Yep. So if you'd come about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or whatever, you probably would have got him on the cheap. And I don't even want to big him up because I don't want you interested in him. That's how good he is. Yeah, he's my favorite player. He's come from Corinthians. And what you're talking about the whole, can he just step straight into the first team? This was the discussion we were having at the start of last season. He had played 12 professional games for Corinthians. And he literally, within 2 training sessions, had blown the whole Forest team out the water. This guy is... I don't want him to go this summer even for 70 million because in a year or two's time, once he makes the Brazil national team, he's already made the pre-team that, the longer list.
Oh, the America.
Yeah. So he didn't make the full squad yet. But once he makes that Brazilian full team squad, He will get into their first team. His price is going to continue to rise and rise. He's probably good enough to play in midfield as well. That's how good he is. Him with the ball, he's just a pure Brazilian dribbler.
Has he played in the middle for you? Has he stepped into midfield?
But he could. He steps out of the defense. He's our first point of attack. He starts the attacks off. His long balls are like goddamn lasers, man. And he nearly scored 3 80-yard goals last season. It's just ridiculous. I don't know if you remember the one against Spurs where he just tried to lob their keeper from literally our penalty box and had him scrambling. He's unbelievable, man. Now, and the other thing is, he's not very tall. He's about 5'10", 5'11", but he's built like a shithouse. He's absolutely chiseled. He looks slow, but he's lightning. His recovery pace is one of the best in the Premier League. I don't want to sell him, and I will cry if we sold him, even for 80 million.
I don't think you get any takers at that price, which is probably. I mean, look, obviously you say Forest. It says here that Forest rate him at 70 mil. If a deal were to be done, I don't think Forest.
Yeah, but do you know why he's 70 mil? You think you're the only ones interested?
No, there'll be loads
want
interested.
him. Barca want him. PSG want him. Yeah,
there'll be a lot of interested parties. I like him. I've seen him twice live last season. I can't even remember if he played against.
He wasn't in the first game at Stamford Bridge.
Did he play at the City Ground?
He played at the City Ground. Yeah, he played at the City Ground.
What would you say his main strengths are? Because Chelsea, Maresca, we like to have defenders that are good with the ball at their feet, playing out. What would you say his strengths are? Is he composed, calm?
His strength is his strength. Yeah. His dribbling levels are ridiculous. His pace is ridiculous. His acceleration, for me, is out of this world. And his passing, especially his long ball passing, is unbelievable. He does have a weakness, but his weakness has improved. Now, again, let me remind you, mate, he played 12 games, professional games, before coming to Forest.
Just on that, right? When you boys signed him, was there anyone else sniffing about?
No. We got scouts out in South America, and we got 1 or 2 more coming in this summer that we're hoping turn into Murillos. But this is the thing I'm saying to you guys as Chelsea fans. We had this debate when he first came. He can't surely just walk into the Forest team. He forced his way into the Forest team within a couple of weeks, and he became the most important player alongside Morgan Gibbs-White. His weakness, though, is in the air. Because he's not so tall, sometimes he gets under the ball, but he's got better at that. But again, he's only 21, 22. I think he's just turned 22. He's got years ahead of him. If you want someone like a replacement Silva, the younger version of Silva, with that footballing IQ as well. I mean, I don't want you to have him, so I'd rather sit here and tell you he's crap.
This is the thing, though. I don't know what. I personally not sure what Chelsea are looking for right now. There's no more space in the squad for any centre backs as it stands. We've got
but he's a Maresca style player, mate.
Yeah, he would be
someone who can come out the back with the ball. That would suit him.
Yeah, no, for sure. But what I'm saying is, though, right now we haven't got any space at the moment because we've got Chalobah, Disasi, Colwell, Badiashile, Fofana, and Tosin Adarabioyo, who's just come in. So we've got 6 centre backs already, and obviously Gilchrist, who's going to go on loan or whatever. One needs to go if he's going to come in at all. But if we're looking at kind of what Chelsea's plans for him would be, I'm not sure, because Murillo's going to want to play regular football, and I don't know if Chelsea could provide a guarantee, but could Chelsea say to Murillo, "Look, we're planning to play you X amount of time"?
That won't bother him, mate. That won't bother him. He will walk in, and within a couple of weeks, he'll be in the starting lineup.
I think if Chelsea were to spend this much money, and this is obviously all ifs and buts because this is very early stages of anything, I just think if you're spending that much money, you're not buying someone to be a squad player. You're just not. I know the market's mad now, and 60 million quid, 70 million quid. Maybe that would be squad fillers for some teams.
You caused that, Charlie. You caused that. What did you pay for Fofana? Was it 80?
No, we didn't. We got him for 70 in the end.
Or 70, and he's been, sick note the whole time.
Yeah,
So, you set the bar of the prices. It's your fault. You got no one to blame but yourselves. You and Man U of Harry Maguire.
I still think he's Fofana, I think, still our best defender. When he's fit and he's at his best, I think he's our best defender.
I'm just seeing the comments in there. This guy is overrating this player massively. He's good, but he's going on like he's some second time. Right. I'm always honest with Charlie, right? Me and Charlie, we go back now, Charlie, right? And I am telling you, if I had to give up Morgan Gibbs-White or Murillo, I personally would give up Morgan Gibbs-White first. That because I can see it's not even potential anymore. I can see what he's developed into, and that you can say what you want, but I'm just speaking to you honestly. I will tell you when Forest players are crap and when Forest players are good.
I mean,
this one stands out.
Do you think he stays this summer? By the way, forget Chelsea or whatever. Do you think you keep hold of him?
I think if someone comes in with 70 million, they'll sell him. But I don't think they will look at a penny less, because now we're safe from PSR. They want to build the team around him, Morgan Gibbs-White. And by the way, thanks for Hudson-Odoi. He's been next level.
He's done well for you. Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah. Best 3 million we've ever spent. So, and there was talks of him going to Spurs and what have you. But now that we're safe on PSR, Forest will want to build around those 3 key players. And that's what I think is going to happen. And I have it on authority that Forest will not sell unless it's stupid money.
I mean, there was some. I mean, this is a Telegraph report. There was a report in Brazil. I think that come before this. I think it come last night. The one in Brazil, saying around 50 million quid. There seems to be a bit of a difference in valuation, but the Brazilian report was saying that Chelsea would be prepared to. I mean, you got to take these with a pinch of salt a little bit. Would be prepared to offer a couple of players as part of the deal as well. I mean, we hear about these kind of deals all the time, and they literally barely ever happen.
So a lot's changed since yesterday. Like I said to you yesterday, 50 million, you would probably have got him. But now Niakate's gone, and Mangala's pretty much gone. Forest is so clear of PSR. It's laughable.
I mean, I don't know why I don't know why. I think it's the Guardian that had it today. I don't know why Chalobah still keeps getting linked with Forest and potentially being part of this deal. Like he obviously, you boys tried to get him last summer. He didn't want to go, and it's been reported multiple times by multiple different people that if Chalobah's going to leave Chelsea, he wants to go to a club playing European football, ideally Champions League football. So I don't understand why his name keeps getting linked with Forest. And potentially
the main link beforehand was because when we had Cooper, I think he probably worked with him as a youth or something. I can't remember if he was in that squad. So I don't know, but there was a lot of links with him and Cooper, or Cooper was a huge admirer of him. But I still think you're looking at this the wrong way. You're sitting here saying, do we want Murillo for Chelsea? You got to ask yourself, does Murillo want Chelsea? Because if he's going to go, if he's going to go, and we've seen strong links with 2 Madrid clubs, PSG, etc., they can offer him Champions League football.
Yeah, I think it depends. Obviously, at his age, 21, it depends on what he wants. I guess it's multiple things, isn't it? Some finances will come into it, like they always do. How desperate is he to play Champions League football straight away? Does he want to stick? Does he want to stay in the Premier League? There's a lot of things in there. My concern would be is that we are signing centre backs all of the same age profile. So when I almost feel like we're stockpiling in this, not just at the back, but just in general, we're stockpiling in this age of kind of early 20s. And look, Murillo's had a good season, but look, he's still a massively inexperienced player at the end of the day. And I just don't. I'm not saying that he wouldn't do well for us, because I'm sure that he would. But if I was him, I'd be questioning his thought process about why he would want to go to Chelsea. Because right now, we don't know when we're going to be back in the Champions League. We're not sure kind of what direction the club is looking to go in. And then you look at all these other youngsters that are at the team, and like I'm not saying that Murillo would be one of these guys that would go out on loan or anything like that. He wouldn't be loaned out to Strasbourg or anything. He would play, but I would have him. But I just think the money right now, I think you'll start seeing that. I mean, maybe ourselves and others. I don't think there's going to be that many big money deals in this transfer window.
The thing with this, Charlie, is I get what you're saying about all the others you've bought, and say the ones you bought last transfer windows and last summer. Yeah, the difference with Murillo is he's got a year of Premier League under him. He's not coming as an unknown. And honestly, I can name you maybe 2 or 3 max bad games he's had. And let's not forget, Forest were playing low block football, especially under Cooper. Yeah, so he was under the cosh 24/7. You put him in a team that wants to play expansive possession football. I don't even think we've seen the beginning of how good he is. If he gets into a possession-based team who can control the game, control possession, he is like, I can only imagine how good he's going to be. So that's what I'm saying with him. That's why Forest will ask for 70 million. I have the debate with my Everton mates about Murillo or Branthwaite, who's better.
Yeah.
Like, and say red, tinted goggles and what. Murillo's better. Murillo's the more all-rounder than Branthwaite. Branthwaite's probably better in the air than him, but they want 70 million for Branthwaite. You're going to have to make your peace that these level of defenders, this young generation that's come through, that's got the experience in the Premier League already, are not unknowns. You're looking at 70 million for these lot. Forest won't budge, and nor will Everton.
Yeah, I guess it's just the way the market's going now, isn't it? You sort of in the past, 50 mil would be like, fuck me, someone spent 50 million on a player. 50 mil now, it sounds crazy. It don't get you much. It actually doesn't. Yeah, I'd be open to this, sure. But I just think for the money spent, you perhaps want someone a bit more proven. But then I suppose on the flip side of that, this is the way the market's going now, and potential costs a lot now.
It's not even potential, Charlie. Right? Here's the thing: who's available on the market now that you would want?
What centre back
proven and everything else? Yeah, ticking all your boxes.
I mean, I'd take Calafiori, the guy at Bologna, the Italian centre back.
He's not Prem proven, is he?
He's not Prem proven though. But I would take, in terms of Prem proven centre backs. I mean, you obviously talk about Branthwaite is an obvious one. I'm looking at other ones that are kind of fitting the mold that we're looking to go down. There's not many.
Exactly.
If you're looking in sort of the top teams, there's not many. If you go sort of further down the league, I mean, look, I would take Mark Guehi at Crystal Palace, for example, but that's gonna be a similar sort of price.
Exactly.
Some reports are saying that Palace are looking at the Branthwaite valuation and would want similar for Mark Guehi. Mark Guehi's a much better player than Jared Branthwaite right now. So I think I do think you're right, mate. I do think, as much as it sounds like a ridiculous amount of money, we are in a situation where, partly down to ourselves and of course others, is that now, like, the valuation of players is just so high now.
Yeah.
But I suppose if you looked at it, if you're 21 years of age, right, 70 million quid, you'd amortize that cost over 5 years, so it would be X millions a year or whatever. If you've got 5, 6, 7 years service out of that player, it's probably it probably.
Yeah, but how many amortized things have you got on the books right now, mate?
Yeah,
there's a lot of up, isn't it?
There's a lot of amortization on the books, but yeah, I'd be open to it. I suspect though that I don't want to say it's a non-starter, but it's a non-starter in the sense that someone needs to leave first, and that's easier said than done. I mean, mate, to round this little section out, do you feel that do you envisage Chelsea coming in strong
No.
as the window goes on, or you quite confident, or just in general, are you quite confident he stays regardless of who it is?
If you come in around 70 mil, you'll have a sniff. But like I said, 24 hours is a long time in football. Yesterday, if you'd offered 50, I probably would have said, I'll take it, because I was crapping myself over PSR. Right now, you've lost the power. Forest have got the power on this now. End of.
And he's under contract. How long is he? He's under contract for a while.
Still another 4 years. He signed like
signed a 5-year deal last summer.
He might have even signed a 6-year deal, mate. I can't remember, but he's under long contract. And the other thing to take into account is Corinthians have a sell on him as well. So
so that might be why you rating him a bit higher, because what is it, like 10% or something? It might be, I don't know.
It may even be in the 20s. I think even with Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think you guys have got like a 20 to 30% sell on him.
Yeah.
We got him so cheap. So that will come into Forest calculations. But I'm telling you now, I do not want him to go this summer, because next year, 70 million, you guys will be looking back at this thinking that was a bargain. We should have got him then.
Well, we'll have to see. Let's wait and see how it pans out, mate. Let's wait and see how it pans out. One to keep an eye on potentially. One to potentially keep an eye on. Just before I let you go, mate. I know a swap deal is not going to happen, but if that hypothetically appeared on the table, what players do you reckon Forest would be looking at having that are like realistic?
Mate, well, Nkuku would be. I'm joking. If he went, I think I can understand the logic in Chalobah being linked.
Yeah,
because Murillo is hard to replace. The Chalobah, could come in. And I know it's going to piss you a lot off, but he would be obviously a downgrade for us on Murillo, regardless of how Chalobah thinks he should be playing Champions League or what have you. But it would need a defensive-minded player. Or if you've got maybe Brozier could be chucked in there, because we do need a striker. So, that's where I am with it. But hypothetically, you could do 50 million if you chucked in like a Chalobah or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, there's possibilities here, but yeah, mate. Cheers for jumping on. Appreciate it.
Anytime, bud. Anytime.
And maybe next season I'll come up to the City ground with a Chelsea Murillo shirt on, but probably not.
If you do that, I'm blocking you on WhatsApp.
No, mate. I won't do that, mate. I won't do that.
I wouldn't blame you, but we won't talk again.
No, I won't do that. Mate, thanks for your time. Greatly appreciate it. We'll catch up soon, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV. I'll drop the link in the chat. Go and show the guys some love. Great stuff over there. Mate, thanks so much for your time. We'll catch up soon.
Catch up with you soon, bud. Bye.
Nice one, mate. Cheers. Right, guys, let's move away from Murillo. Obviously, in top player. I've obviously not watched enough of it. Always honest with me. Wouldn't say that he's good if he wasn't good. I'm not going to trust someone's opinion that watches the guy every week over my own opinion, because I've not seen enough of him. Maybe, but unfortunately, guys, this is the way the market is right now. And the prices are going up, and that's just the reality of the situation. By the way, guys, 170 people in the building. Keep smashing that like button, guys. We need to get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. We're on 63 likes. That should be light work for us to get 100 likes. And keep subscribing to the channel as well if you are new round here. Let's get this up towards 10.3k. That should be light work for us, guys. Let's get ourselves on the way to 10.3k. That would be greatly appreciated. Yes, nice one. Catch up soon, brother. Appreciate it. Chalobah holds the keys. I don't say he holds the keys at the end of the day, but he's obviously the one that the club want to get rid of. But I suspect that Chelsea are going to have difficulties getting rid of Trevor Chalobah. Not because there won't be suitors for him, but because he will more than likely want to stay for his, he'll want to stay and fight for his place. And I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him at all. Anyway, let's move away from the Murillo stuff, guys. Let's move away from Murillo and let's quickly talk Alexander Isak then, because we discussed it. We discussed it yesterday, and we were getting a bit excited. Well, I say we. I got a little bit overexcited, potentially. I'll be honest about that. Hold my hands up. I was a little bit excited. Let me just get here. Why is Chalobah? Do you know what, brother? That is something that I do not know the answer to, because if we're being honest here, right, before I get to this Isak stuff, Chalobah, 4 years left on a contract, 24 years of age, Premier League proven, versatile, could play back three, back four, right back, holding midfield if necessary. £25 million. Are we taking the piss? If you're going to sell players, at least get the proper market value for them. So the answer to the Chalobah question is I don't understand why he's being valued so low. But anyway, we had the news yesterday that Chelsea had made an inquiry about Alexander Isak. And in that same day, not even 24 hours, we couldn't even sleep on it, have some lovely dreams about Isak wearing a blue shirt. No, we couldn't do that. Literally less than 24 hours, not even, in the same day, guys. It was then ruled out. Chelsea are not in the market for Alexander Isak this summer. Too much money. Well, imagine my shock. Imagine my shock at that. And as I was saying yesterday, guys, I suspect, right, this could be a tactic in terms of, I mean, not only the new contract for himself, but I mean in terms of, well, look, we've tried to get, we've tried to sign, top quality players, heading into their prime of their careers, doing really good stuff, but it was too expensive. We tried, and now we're going to go back to doing what we want to do, which is sign, the best young talent from around the world. That's a big part of my thinking. That might sound a little bit cynical potentially, but I honestly believe that could well be the case on this one. I think it really could be. I think there's genuinely a chance that could well be the case. But we're gonna have to see, guys. We are gonna have to see on it. But look, Chelsea did inquire about Isak. There's no. That's not fake news or anything like that. The inquiry absolutely happened. But I'd like to know why did we inquire? That's the big thing for me. Why did we inquire? Because we knew that we weren't going to pay the money. We knew it was going to be a ridiculous fee. We knew we weren't going to be in a position to pay that fee. So why did we inquire? That's my point here. Why did we inquire about Isak? I mean, I don't know. Months ago, are they? Proves the reports are not coming from the club. So proves the reports are coming from months ago. Bro, Chalobah's good. Chalobah is good. People massively disrespect and underrate Trevor Chalobah. He's a really good player. I'm really surprised that he's been overlooked for England. I honestly don't believe that Mark Guehi is that much better than Trevor Chalobah. And people might think that's ridiculous, but I don't think Guehi is actually that much better than Chalobah. I really don't. I really don't. Can you imagine, though, if all these wonder kids come good? Yeah, but bro, this is the thing. Football doesn't work like that. They're not all going to come good. And even if they did, they're not all going to come good at the same time. So, yeah, look, this is all ifs and buts. That's obviously the plan, but football doesn't work like that. They inquired just in case it works out somehow. I mean, look, I'm more inclined to believe that, it was more one to make it look like they're inquiring about serious players to appease the fans slightly. Chelsea know, they're not stupid. They know that it wasn't going to happen. They know it wasn't going to happen. So yeah, that was the end of that one. Before we could even have our lovely dreams about it. What were we saying here? Yeah, look, Chalobah got a chance towards the end of the season, and Chalobah was good, guys. Chalobah was good. I absolutely think he was. We have 6 centre-backs now. We're looking at Murillo too. Why is with Levi as our John Terry in left centre-back? Look, Chelsea, the reports always said that Chelsea were looking at more centre-backs. But of course, it's going to be dependent on whether we can sign It's going to be dependent on whether we could sign. Whether we can get rid of one. We're not going to sign another centre back until one leaves. That's the reality of the situation. Is spending 150 million on a proven striker that crazy? No, it's not that crazy, but I think the money involved would have been more than that. Is what we're saying. If it was if the price was literally 115 million quid and he was open to coming, then I think Chelsea would have done it. But the fact of the matter is, guys, it's that the price is not 115 million. It would have been more. Even if they did come good, they would be sold the moment they ask for more money. They must buy Isak. No, Isak's not coming. It's done. Finished. Sooner people stop comparing. Yeah, we need to stop putting pressure on players. And like Levi's got a long way to go in his career, for sure. If Chalobah was all that, people will be queuing up to buy him. I think there are clubs interested in Chalobah. No doubt about it. There's definitely clubs interested in Trevor Chalobah. For sure. But yeah, I agree. There's certainly not as many clubs, well, at least publicly named, as I thought. The price tag doesn't make sense to me. I don't think Chelsea profit off a centre-back at that price. No, absolutely zero chance. No, there's zero chance. Zero chance. Buy young talent and flip them for profit is Chelsea nowadays. Yeah, it certainly appears that way. Guys, we're 182 in the building, and we're not even on 100 likes, by the way. We're on 74 likes still. Please smash that thumbs up button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. We should be well over 100 likes, guys. This is poor. Come on, people. This is poor. Let's get this moving. 25 likes remaining, 180 in the building. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. 100 likes, and let's get the subscribers up as well. Let's take another step closer to the 10.3K. Let's do it, people. We're 2 subscribers away from 10,250. Let's at least get to the little halfway point between 10.2 and 10.3. Smash that subscribe button, guys. It is free. And please do join me on the journey. What else have we got here? Makes more sense to go all out for Davies or Hernandez. We have good centre-backs. Maybe. I have to agree with Chelsea. Eye test Chalobah is okay. Definitely not an elite centre-back. I disagree that he's not good enough week in, week out. I think it is. Update on Jonathan David is there is no update. Centre-backs is the biggest problem in our defensive line. Our full-backs are all right. Yeah, I think the full-backs probably are okay, to be honest. I would agree. Problem, there's so many players that can play same position. Left side must be strong. Anyway, talking of centre-backs, guys, another centre-back is on his way to the football club because Chelsea are very advanced in a deal for Boca Juniors centre-back. Yes, another one. I would do a DJ Khaled noise, but I can't do it. Chelsea are close to completing the signing of Aaron Anselmino from Boca Juniors, with talks now at an advanced stage. He's expected to sign a 6-year deal to keep him at the club until 2030 and will initially join Strasbourg on loan. That is what we like to see, guys. The fee and package for Anselmino is around £17 million. Welcome, brother. Here comes another one. Anselmino, 19 years of age, centre-back on his way to Strasbourg by the looks of things. On his way to Strasbourg. Yeah, he's 19. He is 19, Aaron Anselmino. He's played 10 games for Boca Juniors. He's 19 years old. Let me get this Athletic article up. Let's see if there's any more details in it. But yeah, this is another one. Anselmino to Chelsea is getting very, very close now. Very close now. So Chelsea are close to completing the signing of Aaron Anselmino from Boca Juniors, with talks now at an advanced stage. Although a final agreement hasn't been reached yet, talks are moving positively and personal terms are not considered an issue at this stage. The 19-year-old is set to join for a fee in the region of 17 mil, including add-ons, expected to sign a 6-year deal Yeah. The defender who can also play in midfield has made just 10 senior appearances for Boca, having broken into the first team last summer. Yeah, there we go. So, I mean, I couldn't tell you anything about this guy. Be honest, I'm going to say this now. This might be bold. This guy's never going to play for Chelsea. I'm just going to put it out there now. With the centre backs that we've got, all in a similar age profile. This guy, I'm going to say it now. This guy is not going to play for us ever. He just isn't. He absolutely is not going to play for us. Now that might sound extreme and a little bit crazy before he's even signed the deal for us, but I'm going to be honest. The guy's not going to play for us, and we can clip this up. We can come back to this. He's not playing. Where on earth is he playing for us? By the way, where on earth is he going to play? Is he going to play? I don't know if it's a steep price. I think the release clause was $25 million. So. Yeah, about right. I don't think it's a ridiculous deal. It's one of them that you would, even if he doesn't play for us, if he goes on loan somewhere, if he spends a couple of years on loan or whatever, then yeah, he'll be sold, and I think you'll make a profit on 17 million pounds. Please enlighten me on the vision as to how these guys are improving the first team. Because none of them are improving the first team. Please enlighten me on the vision, because the vision and the reality are two totally different things. Fofana's long-term backup, but Fofana's about 3 years older than him, 4 years older than him. So I don't think it is a long-term backup. Fofana's in his early 20s. Like, let's not be silly here, guys. Come on. Let's call this for what it is. It's stockpiling and it's player trading and flipping players for profit. Anselmino has not been signed for the first team. He's been signed to flip for a profit. That is the reality of the situation. Yeah, but he's not, is he? Let's be perfectly honest. He's not better than any of our centre backs. That's the reality of the situation. He's not better than any of our centre backs, people. So yeah, I mean, look, brother, it certainly feels like that. Where is it? It certainly feels like that. The vision is 300 million on red. Roll the wheel, bro. It feels like that sometimes. It really does. Sometimes it just feels like a complete confusion, a lack of plan. We're not really sure what we're doing. But that is another one. Anselmino. I cannot tell you anything about Aaron Anselmino, guys. I'm not sure. I don't think anyone can. So yeah, that is where we're at. That is where we are at, guys. 88 in the building. 88 likes, guys. Come on, people. 12 more likes to 100. What are we doing here? We should be routinely smashing through the 150 likes, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. Come on, people. It's free and it really, really helps me out. And if you just do it, I won't have to bang on about it. So make sure you get us up past 100 likes, guys. Before I die, I want to see Chelsea win a trophy. Well, I don't know how old you are, but I think there's probably a pretty good chance on that. We only incomings. We can't even get rid of Lukaku yet. No, look, player sales will happen. You know, whilst there's tournaments going on, everything's a little bit slower. But yeah, player sales will happen, guys. Until we see him develop, we don't know how good he will be. No, we don't know how good he will be. But I'm just saying right now, my opinion is he won't play for us. That's how I'm seeing it right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. Unless Murillo can play as a left back like Calafiori and be a hybrid, go for a proper left back. Mate, there's no space for a left back unless one of the left backs leaves this summer. And I don't see either of those left backs leaving this summer. That's the reality. We're not going to terminate Lukaku's. Who do you have making the Euros final? I've got a sneaky feeling Germany might. And considering how shit England have been, and they have been absolutely dreadful, the way that the draws worked out now, England should be making the final. With the teams that are on their side, somehow we've lucked it again in a draw that it's Slovakia on Sunday, then it's Italy or Switzerland, and then it's most likely to be a bang average Netherlands side. So, yeah, I think England, as poor as they've been, there's an Ornstein bomber. Nah, don't do this. Don't do this to man. There's an Ornstein bomber. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ornstein bomber. There it is, boys. The Ornstein bomber. Breaking. Chelsea. Oh, let's do it now. There's an Ornstein bomber. I thought it was about time before we were linked with Chelsea, with Leicester players. Ornstein bomber. Chelsea contact Leicester City to express interest in signing Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. No formal offer yet, but 25-year-old midfielder keen to join. Only CFC if exits Leicester. Seen as a perfect fit for style of play under head coach Enzo Maresca. Didn't take long, did it, guys? Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Let's change the title of the video. Let's change the title of the video quickly. Yeah, I mean, are we really surprised about that? Are we really surprised about that? Interested in Kiernan. How do you even spell his name? Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Dewsbury-Hall. Bear with me a second, guys. Perfect. Anyway, sorry about that, people. Yeah, let's get back to it. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Shock. Mate, I don't want to say this smells like a drink water signing. It doesn't. Dewsbury-Hall's a decent player, by the way. When I was at last season, when Chelsea played Leicester in the Community Shield, sorry, when Chelsea played Leicester in the FA Cup, Dewsbury-Hall was by far the standout player. By far the standout player. But again, where's the room in the team for him? You know, he would be signed to play. You know, and this is my thoughts here, right? Not only would this indicate that perhaps that Gallagher is gone, what it would also suggest is that Cole Palmer is going to play on the right-hand side, and Chelsea won't be signing a right winger. That's what I'd be looking at. That's what I'd be thinking here. That is exactly what I'd be thinking on this one. So yeah, that's certainly an interesting one. Guys, bear with me. Get your thoughts in the chat. I am just switching up the thumbnail because we can't have a picture of. It's a strange one. Why are the directors listening to Maresca, but they weren't listening to Poch? That's because I don't think they believed in Pochettino in the first place. That's the reality of the situation here, guys. That is what we're saying. That is exactly what we are saying here. Let me just quickly. We're just switching this up. Yep, lovely. Let's just get that there. Yep, spot on. Okay, we are good. That's got Maresca written all over it. So why are we suddenly listening to Maresca, but we're not listening to? We weren't prepared to listen to Mauricio Pochettino. That's what I'm confused about. That is really what I am confused about here. File. Let me just export this. Bear with me, guys. yeah, I'm confused, people. I am confused at the situation that is going on with the football club right now. Not a lot of it is, not a lot of it's making sense. Not a lot of it's making sense at all. I wonder if I'm able to change the thumbnail on this. Am I able to change the thumbnail? Customization, no. Details, no. Cancel. I don't know if I can change the thumbnail, people. That's very irritating. Anyway, don't worry about that. We will come back to it. We'll come back to it. Yeah, anyway, Chelsea, Dewsbury-Hall. Let's read this article. Let's see what it's saying. Yeah, no, Chelsea never believed in Pochettino because of the length of deal that has been offered. They never believed in him. They didn't see him as the guy that was here for the long term. Yeah, the first coat of paint that didn't even go on the fucking wall is what we're saying here. Dewsbury-Hall, literally news just coming in the last few moments. Chelsea, Kiernan, Dewsbury-Hall. Let me just yeah, I mean, guys, what are your thoughts on this, by the way? What are your thoughts on this? Please do let me know, because I would like to know what your thoughts are on it. I would really like to know, because it's yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It is absolutely an interesting one. Oh, I think we can switch up the thumbnail. Yes, we can. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful news. Save. Yeah, guys, the thumbnail should have switched up now as well. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's get into this. Let's get into this breaking news. Let's get into the breaking news. Chelsea interested in Kiernan, Dewsbury-Hall. Huge. This is big, guys. Let's have a quick look at this now. I'm going to have to obviously go behind the paywall. I'm going to go behind the paywall on this one. Can someone tell me if the thumbnail has definitely changed? That would be great. If someone can let me know if the thumbnail's changed or not. But yes, anyway, Chelsea contact Leicester City to express interest in signing Kiernan, Dewsbury-Hall. No formal offer yet, but 25-year-old midfielder keen to join only Chelsea if he exits Leicester. Seen as a perfect fit for style of play under head coach Enzo Maresca. Now, let's continue here. No formal offer's been yet. His contract runs until 2027. Dewsbury-Hall is seen as a perfect fit for the style of football Chelsea want to play under new head coach Maresca, who replaced Pochettino earlier this summer. The pair worked together at Leicester as they secured promotion to the Premier League as winners of the Championship last season. The midfielder made 49 appearances in all comps for the Midlands club last time, scoring 12 goals as they returned to the top flight at the first time of asking. Brighton held talks over signing Dewsbury-Hall in January, but a move never progressed. There we go. So Chelsea have contacted Leicester over a deal for Kiernan, Dewsbury-Hall. I'll be honest, guys. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this. Not a bad player. Plays in that number 8 role. He's an attack-minded midfielder. He's not a number 10. Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thumbnail has changed. Good stuff. Dewsbury-Hall is now on the thumbnail. Brilliant. Yeah, look, not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. Not a bad player at all. But is this moving the needle for Chelsea, by the way? This would suggest that Gallagher is absolutely leaving. There's just no way that he isn't. Surely, surely Gallagher is he's got to be on his way out. But I mean, we're looking at it. Dewsbury-Hall. As I was saying, guys, when I watched Chelsea Leicester last season, Dewsbury-Hall was brilliant for Leicester in the FA Cup. He was brilliant. He was championship. He was named Championship Player of the Year last year. He's a good footballer. Let's make no mistake about it. He's a good footballer. A good ability. Age-wise, how old is Dewsbury-Hall? I think he's how old is he? He's 25. Oh, so steady on, guys. Let's not go mad here. That's probably right at the top end of our bracket. I mean, look, this has got Enzo Maresca written all over it, right? Which of course you understand, but why on earth? Why this is obviously a Maresca recommendation, right? So why is it seemingly changing? Why is he now seemingly having a say in things when before he absolutely wasn't having a say in things? This is what I was not saying. Yes, he does score goals from midfield. Yes, he obviously knows the system well. He knows the manager. It's a big step up to take. Chelsea might not be what they used to be at this point in time, but this is a big step up, by the way. A big step up. So I'm just confused. No, Enzo Fernandez is not leaving Chelsea this summer. Let's just make no mistake about it. I just want to make it clearer for everyone else. Enzo's not going. Enzo Fernandez is not leaving Chelsea Football Club. That's good. I like that. Pep KDB, Maresca KDH. Fair enough. I like him. I do like him. He's a good footballer. He is a good footballer. I mean, look. I'll be honest. Is Chelsea his level? I don't know, to be honest. But at the end of the day, at some point, you're either backing a manager or you're not. You're backing a manager or you're not. And so, if this is what Maresca wants and this is the guy that you believe in, then you need to trust him. In terms of how much a potential deal would cost, I've got no idea. But if you watch Dewsbury-Hall, and I've watched a reasonable amount of Dewsbury-Hall, obviously not as many. Let me drop one of the Leicester boys a quick message and see what he's saying. Let's have a quick look if I can get a little eyes emoji. And see what's happening. It's I don't know. I don't want to say it's a ridiculous link. It's not a ridiculous link, but it's one of them where what's the plan here, right? Okay, let's think about this. The question is he Chelsea level? But this is now Chelsea's level. Yeah, maybe that's the reality now. But I also think before we judge him or anything like that, let's have a think about this. Just because someone's come from the Championship, the Championship, by the way, is a good division to buy from. There's been a lot of successful signings from the Championship. The Championship is not a bad division to buy from. I don't know. There's no formal offer yet. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know how much he'd cost. By the way, absolutely no idea whatsoever what his price would be. I think you've got to be looking at 40 million quid minimum. Maybe 50. I don't really know. But if Chelsea want the move. So if Chelsea are going to push for him, and Maresca, and he wants to move, then there's absolutely there's a deal to be done there. There is a deal to be done there. If if Dewsbury-Hall wants it. So let's wait and see. Seen as a perfect fit for style of play under head coach Enzo Maresca. So. Yeah, no formal bid. This has obviously got to express an interest. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to sign him. It's an expressing of interest. But what I would say that if Ornstein's reporting it, and Ornstein only deals in facts, by the way, he doesn't fuck about. If he only reports something if it's legit and that's the case. That is what Ornstein does. If it's legit and it's the case, he reports it. And so that is the reality. We've expressed an interest, and let's see what happens there. Because Caicedo, look, for starters, right? Would Dewsbury-Hall be signed to start? Does he go in to start? Yeah, but bro, you've got Caicedo, Enzo, Dewsbury-Hall, Palmer, Jackson, and Kunku. Yeah, it's a possibility, but what about the likes of Romeo Lavia? The only reason I think Dewsbury-Hall comes is if Conor Gallagher leaves. We don't need him at the end of the day. We don't need him. Good player, but what I'm saying is we're better off spending our money on a striker or a wide player or a left back. Those are all more needed. You've got your Chukwuemekas, your Nkunkus, Enzos, Caicedos are all fit that left-hand side. I don't get it unless he's going to be cheap, and he obviously isn't going to be cheap. We don't need him at the end of the day. The only possibility I can think of is that Gallagher is definitely 100% leaving, and he would replace Gallagher in the squad. But then what about Andre Santos, who reportedly Chelsea are going to be given a chance to? So I don't know. Is the honest answer. But Dewsbury Hall's a good player. We don't need him. We simply do not need him. That's the big thing here. We don't need Dewsbury Hall. For as good as he might be, we don't need him. So I'm wondering whether this is like, they expressed an interest to maybe put some pressure on Gallagher to commit to a new deal or something like that. I don't really know. Or to let Gallagher know, do you know what, you are leaving. This is what we're doing. I'm not sure. But for me, it doesn't make sense. The move doesn't make sense. I would take him, but we absolutely don't need him. Those are two different things. Want and need. Do we need him? No, we absolutely don't. I mean, we could do well with him potentially. I don't doubt that, but there are far more important areas of the team that need addressing right now than Dewsbury Hall. And that sort of attacking number 8 central midfield profile is not what's needed right now. It's not what's needed right now. But again, Dewsbury Hall carries goal threat. 100% he carries goal threat. No midfield player has as much of a goal threat as Dewsbury Hall. So on that basis alone, Santos too young and unproven to start. Well, no, but I think Dewsbury Hall is probably most similar to Gallagher's profile in terms of scoring goals from midfield. Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo don't score goals from midfield. That's just facts. They don't score goals from midfield. So yeah, he certainly fits that goal scoring from midfield profile. Yeah, this is the point now, isn't it? Something's got to give because there are so many players in his position already, and this doesn't really strike me as a sensible thing to do. It really doesn't. It's how often would he even play at the end of the day? I don't think if he came in, right, and this is still hypothetical because this is just an expressing of interest at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't. I've got no idea, to be honest. I don't know if he's a starter though. You going what? Maybe Enzo Fernandez, deep lying playmaker, Caicedo as a box to box, and Dewsbury Hall as that attacking number 8. Maybe you are doing that, but is that going to take you to Champions League football? I don't know. I don't know. Yes, we got experienced players needed in the summer to mentor the younger players so that they don't struggle. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I did wonder how long it was going to take for us to be. Well, yeah, that for me is the only reason that this deal makes sense in any reason whatsoever. That's the only reason that this deal makes sense. Oh, Jesus Christ! There's a Fabrizio dagger. Don't tell me this is the same thing. Ipswich in talk to sign Amari Hutchinson. Ipswich hope to get it done soon. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise at all. Amari Hutchinson to Ipswich. That looks like that's gonna happen. No problem there at all. Exclusive. Ipswich Town open negotiations with Chelsea to sign Amari Hutchinson on a permanent deal. German clubs were also keen, but Ipswich are now pushing after McKenna's decision to stay. Key factor. Ipswich hope to get it done as talks are ongoing. So there we go. Right, a lot coming in. I mean, Hutchinson, I think we knew about that. That was kind of obvious. Guys, by the way, 113 likes. Let's get this up to 120, 130. Keep smashing the thumbs up button. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. That would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, the news is suddenly popping off, people. Suddenly popping off. So yeah, guys, run up those likes. Keep subscribing to the channel as well. Kiernan, Dewsbury-Hall. Yeah, let's see. But again, we've already got someone like Chukwuemeka. Why can't Carney play that number 8 role? He's got more than enough talent, more than enough ability. A really good player. So yeah, that confuses me. That one does confuse me on the Dewsbury-Hall front. Yeah, I'm not really getting that, to be honest. It's just there's just too many players in that position. Too many players. So yeah, if Gallagher leaves, then fair enough. But otherwise, I don't see how it makes sense. Dewsbury-Hall is not about why. I don't understand why people look at someone because he played in the Championship last season and he's suddenly a bad player. Scores goals from midfield, controls the midfield. He's not a priority and we don't need him, but he's not bad. So let's not make shit up that he's crap, because he absolutely isn't. He absolutely isn't. But yeah, Hutchinson to Ipswich, I think that is a deal that will happen. But yeah, just lastly on this Dewsbury-Hall stuff, guys, it's not about the player. I'm concerned about our priorities here, because left back, striker, and goalkeeper, and probably a wide player are all more important than centre back and midfield. Obviously, it's early in the window, so we can still reserve judgment a little bit. But it does make you think. The priorities don't seem to be in the right place here. The priorities absolutely don't seem to be in the right place here at all. It doesn't make sense, people. It does not make sense. Let me just quickly respond to this Leicester fan. What are our priorities here? Because the priorities right now seem off. They absolutely seem off. No one said that at all. No one has said that. But he scores goals from midfield. No one said he's Frank Lampard. He played as an advanced number 8 for Leicester in that 4-3-3. It was Harry Winks sitting, and then it was Wilfred Ndidi and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. And that was the 3-man midfield. Dewsbury-Hall had very few defensive responsibilities. He was the main attacking player. I I mean, look, I don't know if Dewsbury-Hall's better than Carney. He certainly played more football than Carney. But look, at the end of the day, if this is what the manager wants, you have to back the manager. You've employed the manager. You picked him. You've given him a 5-year contract. Give him what he wants. You know, if this is what the manager wants, then fair enough. Go and do it. Back what you believe in. Back what you believe in, and let's see what happens on that front. But back it if you believe it. Let's see. If true, seems like a J5 Sari scenario. Yep, could be similar. If we had kept the academy players, we would have never needed to sign anyone else. Look at Gare here, England. Yeah, sure, I hear you. Well, he has to be. The manager has to be here for at least 2 or 3 seasons, regardless. He has to be. Simple as that. He must be here. Well, I mean, technically, we've already signed a striker, Mark Guihu, from Barcelona. He is a striker, but it's not exactly the striker that people are looking for or that people are wanting. Look, I don't know enough about him, but look, he certainly played more football than Carney. But look, what does that mean for the likes of Chukwuemeka and stuff? Like, for me, good player, but this suggests that we don't really know we've got our priorities all wrong, or we just don't know what our priorities are at the end of the day. That would be a bigger concern for me on that front, guys. Still 160 in the building. Big up to everyone. Make sure, let's get this to 130 likes. So we should be able to get to 150. We are 25 likes away from 150. Let's make sure we get there. And we're 7 subscribers from 10,260. Let's try and get to that as well. So smash the like button. There's definitely 7 out of the 160 in here who have not subscribed. So please do subscribe to the channel. Let's get it done, guys. Let's get it done. He's not a championship player. This is where people just, don't understand that players can be good players, even if they're in a lower division. Doesn't mean you're a bad player. Was Andy Robertson a crap player because he was in the championship? Was who else? Was Jared Bowen crap because he came from the championship? Those are just two off the top of my head. We can still two per position. We've got so many midfield players. We don't need another midfielder. That's my point here. We don't need another midfielder, guys. Is he even that good? Yeah, he's decent, but we don't need him. That's the point. Yes, big up. Yeah, Dewsbury-Hall. What I'll tell you what, I certainly wasn't expecting that interest to come today, but maybe that is coming. Maybe that is coming soon. Let's see. I mean, let's talk about Amari Hutchinson quickly, by the way, guys. Let's talk about, Andy Robertson has been a top player. He's gone on to win the Champions League for Liverpool, Premier League winner. He's won everything there is to win in football, apart from internationally. But no, not a good player, apparently. Not a good player. Neither is Jared Bowen. He's crap as well. There's this snobbery and this disrespect to lower divisions, which is just, which I don't understand. At the end of the day, these guys would have been saying that Kante's crap and Mahrez is crap. They came from the 2nd division in France. The equivalent of coming from the 2nd division in Chelsea, in England. Sorry. So let's not do this. Let's not do this because it's just nonsense. Anyway, let's. No, he's not coming to Chelsea. That Chelsea have expressed an interest, but as yet there's been nothing further than that. No formal offer has yet gone in. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Anyway, let's quickly move on to Amari Hutchinson very briefly. Fair enough. How much is too much in terms of a fee? Well, if it's more than 50 million, it's a joke, basically. It shouldn't be more than 50 mil. So let's wait and see on that one, guys. Moving away from Dewsbury-Hall, we're going to quickly discuss Amari Hutchinson very briefly before I round this one out. Gone on a bit longer than I was expecting, but there has been big news. Let's have a quick look. Where is it? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, this is it. Let me bring this up on the screen now. Ipswich open negotiations with Chelsea to sign Amari Hutchinson on permanent deal. German clubs were also keen, but Ipswich are now pushing after McKenna's decision to stay as key factor. Ipswich hope to get it done as talks are ongoing. We're not surprised. We're not surprised at all. I think we will get around 25 million quid for him. But what I want to say on this is, though, guys, is that obviously it's been reported by the likes of Ornstein, Romano, etc. We're after two attacking players. So you'd assume a striker and a winger, which would imply, obviously, the plan is to definitely sell Hutchinson, confirmed today. But let's look at this here, right? If they sign someone who is not as good as Hutchinson, or is not a major upgrade, should I say, because we need to be talking major upgrades here, then there are valid reasons for concern. If you sell Hutchinson and bring in some random 18-year-old kid that's played about 3 games, then there's valid reasons for concern over the strategy. If you're going to sell Hutchinson, sell him and bring in an upgrade. If you're not bringing in an upgrade, then you have to question what's going on here. You really do. No, I wouldn't have thought so. The wages he's on are just ridiculous. So no, I don't think Sterling will go. I don't think Sterling will go this summer. Yes, big up, brother. So this is what the strategy and transfer so far. It's like me playing FIFA manager. Yeah, no, fair enough. I hear it. I hear it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it pans out. Obviously, there's a long way to go in the markets, in the window still. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that. Obviously, that means, if he does come in, Ugochukwu is surely Ugochukwu is going to leave. We've already got Lavia, we've got Enzo, we've got Caicedo. Connor must be leaving. So look, Enzo and Caicedo are definitely staying, right? And Lavia. So that leaves you Ugochukwu, Santos, Cassidy, and Chukwuemeka. And Gallagher. Gallagher, Santos, Cassidy, Ugochukwu, and Chukwuemeka. That leaves 5 other midfielders, right? Because 3 are definitely staying. So there's 8 on the books right now. So let's presume Gallagher goes. That's 7 on the books. Dewsbury-Hall comes in. That's back to 8. Gallagher, Ugochukwu, and Cassidy, I think, will all leave. I think Ugochukwu goes out on loan, but I think Cassidy will be sold this summer. Is my honest opinion. I think Cassidy will be sold. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. What else is coming? I think Cassidy will go. There's just not space for all these guys. There simply isn't enough space for all these guys. That's the reality of the situation, people. There isn't the space. So So let's wait and see. Anyway, that is the latest on that. The last thing that I wanted to go through, guys, was this here, which is a nice little list that's been put together. But it just goes to show you. This is it here. Chelsea's multi-club / first team signings. These are all the multi-club signings or supposed first team signings we have made under the ownership. Slanina, Anselmino is on his way in. Santos, Casadei, Ugochukwu, Pat de Jong, Amari Kellyman, Kendry Paez. Fofana, Washington, Hutchinson, Angelo, Moreira, Richards, Esteval, and Gihu. I mean, you look at these players here, right? Slanina, he's young, 19 years old or something. Goalkeeper, not a problem. Anselmino, he's going to be flipped for profit. Santos, I think he will play for Chelsea. Casadei, profit flip. Ugochukwu, profit flip. This geezer's never going to play for us. Kellyman, just coming in this summer. Don't know what the plan is for him. Paez, potential superstar. Fofana, profit. Washington, I think, will be a profit. Hutchinson, profit. Angelo will be profit as well, as will Diego Moreira, as will Dujon Richards. Esteval, potential superstar. And Mark Gihu is obviously someone that we see a lot of potential in, but we don't know at the end of the day. We simply do not know. So you look at the players we're signing in, the amount of money that's been invested, and most of those are going to end up being they're going to be player traders. They're going to be player trading. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, just going back to this Dewsbury-Hall thing, Brighton were in negotiations in January. Leicester wanted 30 million in January. He's now done another half a season. He's a good player. I think it's more likely now the price will be about 45 million. Maybe 40 million up front, goes to 45, 50 with clauses. This is what that's what I think we're looking at there. This is why the players that are being targeted are of a certain age, because there's resale value. That's what they're looking for. No players that don't have resale value are not going to be coming to Chelsea Football Club, because that is not the way that we are currently operating. That's just the reality of the situation right now, people. That is just the reality of the situation right now on this one. But yeah, guys, 13 more likes, by the way, to get to the 150. Please smash that thumbs up button. Please subscribe if you're new around here as well. Let's get this to 150 likes. 13 more to go. Let's do it, guys. But yeah, it was just interesting to see that those are all the sort of the first team / multi-club model signings, and how many of those have actually played for Chelsea. Anselmino, no. Slanina, no. Santos, no. Casadei, yes. Ugochukwu, yes. De Jong, no. Kellyman, no. Paez, no. Fofana, 1 or 2 appearances. Washington, 1 or 2. Hutchinson made 2 appearances under Potter. Angelo, no. Moreira, 1 appearance. Richards, no. Esteval's not come yet, and neither's Gihu. So yeah, let's wait and see. From Gyökeres, Oshiman, Tony, Elise, Alvarez, we end up with Mark Gihu. I don't know if Gihu's going to be the main striker signing. That remains unclear. So yeah, we are just going to have to wait and see on that front. We are just going to have to wait and see. That is all we can do, guys. That is all we can do. That is all we can do. But yeah, people, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Greatly appreciated, guys. Love for the support, as always. Please, on the way out, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Get this to 150 likes. That's 10 more likes, guys. Get this to 150 likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new round here. That would be greatly appreciated. It would really help me out. We're on, what are we on? 10,256. 4 more subscribers on the way out. Let's get that done. 4 of you hit the subscribe button. Smash the likes up to 150. Let's get it done. Love for the support as always, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. tomorrow UK time. Stay tuned, guys. Smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea, and peace out.